When the air conditioner is turned on, the heat goes away. But where does the heat go? Does it go somewhere specific? Does the heat go to a particular place? The heat is still right there. It's just sitting right underneath that layer of cold. Exactly the kind of thing your mind never thinks about, meaning it hasn't noticed it. Life is just like this. We think something has ended, but we don't realize that the ending we have in mind, like when we say, well, this relationship is over. We say, our relationship is over, it's finished, but we don't think about how that ending is just like what we just talked about. The heat hasn't gone anywhere. Because if the heat really left, then when we turned off the air conditioner again, there wouldn't be any heat left at all. But as soon as we turn off the air conditioner that's been running, we see the heat comes back again. That's how people's lives are too. They want to believe that the present moment is like that. They fool themselves into thinking, well, it's over. Our past just went away. They never even think about where it went. Have you ever thought about where the past goes? It's like you just easily say, well, thanks for being here, goodbye, it's over. Like if I just came now and said, oh hi, how are you doing? I'm back again. Where did I even go that I should be coming back? That's how life is. It's like I went to another planet, or underground, or somewhere else, and now I've come back. Life is just like that. So when you want to talk about the present moment, when you think, well, my relationship is over now, my past is over now, now a new chapter of my life has started. Where did that past go? Where did that relationship go? Just think for a moment about what I'm saying. Take a moment to really pay attention to what I just told you. Think about it, just like the heat I talked about that dominates in the summer. For a moment, you were the only one who turned on the air conditioner. You turned on the AC. Cold air started blowing. In that moment, okay, the heat is gone. Why? Because the cold has come. As they say, it made the heat disappear. Not that it made the heat disappear completely. It's just that, in that moment, what dominates is the cold. But as soon as you turn off the AC again, you'll see that the heat takes over once more. So this back and forth only happens at times when we believe that the other thing no longer exists. Meaning, what we have today, we believe that once it moves on to tomorrow, it's over. But this matter would only truly come to a complete end if we ourselves, really, truly, if our own story ended, which, of course, doesn't happen. That would only happen if one day we woke up in the morning and saw that the sun hadn't risen. But as long as the sun rises, it means that everything has this cycle of coming and going. Pay attention. Every day, nature shows us through the sun that anything that goes away will come back again. If it doesn't come back, then we can conclude that something has truly ended and is over. But even with the sun, you see that when it rises in one place, that same sun has set somewhere else where it's now rising. And even when it sets here, you might take a plane or a jet and see in the next city that it hasn't set yet. The sun doesn't actually go anywhere. All the sun does is change its angle. Nothing happens to the sun itself. The sun stays fixed in its place, but the angle of its light has shifted away from our city, from where we live, and even that is temporary. So it's not like we can say it's gone forever. The sun is still there. It exists. If you pay attention for a moment, you'll see. Or if you make a video call to another city, you'll realize that no, it hasn't gone anywhere. The sun has been right there all along. Only its angle has changed, and in the city where we are, its light isn't shining. It's just moved on. Nighttime darkness has taken over. The stars have appeared, and now we're seeing the moon and the stars. Life works the same way. When we say the end, it's just an illusion to think that with the end of that relationship, or whatever it is, everything is over. An anger or hatred, a bout of rage, even happiness. Whatever it was, as soon as we say it's over, we think that's it. This illusion takes over us, making us believe it's really finished, that everything has come to an end. That's what makes us get fooled. This belief settles in us that the matter is truly over. And here, in fact, I think that's where something actually begins. Let's look at it from the negative side of the story. It becomes unpleasant for us, like we had an unsuccessful relationship. After that failed relationship, we say, "Phew, thank God." For example, we think, well, that's finally over, but we don't realize that it's not really over. Where did that event go? That's only temporary. It's not like the day and night thing, which is also temporary. Like this story, the cooler is temporarily gone. But as soon as it comes back again, it might not look the same as it did before. But rest assured, you'll experience the same event, the same memory from that relationship, just in a different way. For years, because I delved deeply into self-discovery, what I found was that I realized nothing ever truly ends. And when I started, because of my talent and interest, I learned how to hypnotize people, how to take them deeper, to guide them into their subconscious. I realized that people carry memories within themselves, even from their distant past. Just like Dr. Brian Weiss, Dr. Michael Newton, and many others discovered by taking people back to their distant pasts, they found that the root of many problems people face today, especially the illnesses they suffer from, actually originates from the past. I also realized that many of our problems are buried deep within us, and unless we go to that part and actually observe those areas, we can't address them. They stay right where they are, and we go on with our lives under the illusion that everything is over and done with. But who really gets hurt? Who is the one who gets hurt? You can sit there and try to convince yourself that there's no water in this glass. Fine, it doesn't matter whether there's water in the glass or not. Whatever happens to us, it happens in that moment when we experience it, when we realize that there was water here. Now, we want to look at it from a distance. You look and say, no, there's no water in this glass. But I say there is water in this glass, and all you have to do is take a moment to look inside and you'll realize, yes, there is water. It's just that you're standing too far away. People's lives are just like this. When you tell them there are some memories hidden in their subconscious, they won't believe it until they see it for themselves. It's exactly like this glass of water. So you have to go within yourself to see that it's inside you. There are some things that are bothering you today. And it's not something that's outside of you. Moments happen when you realize that nothing in the past has truly ended, and nothing in the future is really going to come to an end either. What matters is that you come to the conclusion that you are your true self. That is, it's what's hidden within you. When you think the past is over. When you think, for example, if I just sit here and keep telling myself every minute that I'm good, I'm lovable, that in the future I'm going to buy such and such car, some luxury car, some luxury house in some fancy place, in some luxurious area. If I just keep daydreaming to myself that I can be the best in the future and all that stuff. But for a moment, if you think that no, these things can't really happen, when you don't enjoy being in this moment at all, you're not happy. You weren't present in your past either. And if you really pay attention, even back then you were thinking about this same future, thinking that in the future, I'm going to experience something good. But still, you ended up here. And again, you started thinking about another future, about futures that never come. It's like they don't even exist. It's like it's all just an illusion. It's this self-suggestion, this trick you're using to fool yourself, telling yourself, I can do it. I can become like this. I can get that car, but you haven't, and it doesn't happen. Why is that? The reason is exactly in this point I want to share with you. It means that when you forget that there's no real ending, what happened in your past still exists and is still meant to be lived and experienced in your life. Right at that moment, you realize something. Where did that past go? You realize that what I told you about Tesla's numbers 3, 6, and 9 comes into play here, right? It means you realize the past hasn't gone anywhere. It's like thinking, come on, just let it go, the past is over. I don't know, maybe it's from the stories you make up for yourself. Stuff like, from now on, it's all about love, and things like that. These are the same things they tell you in pop psychology. Do this, do that. But you don't even know what the real story is. They're just selling you something so you can temporarily escape your problems. But you don't stop to think that what they're telling you, and what you keep repeating to yourself, like, my future is going to be bright, or I'm going to be the best, or I'm going to have this career, that car, that house, and live somewhere fancy. It's just something that's taking hold of you. From this very moment, you could have accepted that maybe what's been inside you all along hasn't ended. I've carried it with me from the very beginning, from birth up until now. The only thing that's really happened to me is that I've just grown physically. What's happened is that everything I remember from the very beginning, from the moment I came into existence, all of it hasn't gone anywhere. It still exists within me and is being lived out in different ways. So when you accept that these things haven't gone anywhere and that I, meaning each of us, am responsible for what exists within myself, that's when a new kind of rebirth begins for you. But when you don't accept it, and you're always thinking, no, no, it's over, everything's finished, I feel at ease. From now on, I'll just live however I want, but that's not what happens for you. What I want to say is that when we accept that the things that have happened in our lives haven't gone anywhere, that's when we reach self-belief. This self-awareness allows us to handle problems that have often cost us a lot, whether financially or emotionally. We can resolve those issues ourselves, but we can only do this when we observe. Meaning, what exists within us has never gone anywhere and never truly ends. In fact, every ending is the beginning of something else. These endings and beginnings, like the sunrise and sunset, have shown us time and again that everything comes back around. Just like the passing of the seasons, the months, and the days. This is something that nature tells us every day. Let me give you an example. If you look at it realistically and pay close attention, you'll realize that nature is constantly showing us that anything that comes to an end will return and begin again. It starts all over again. I want you to do something. If, based on what I've said, you feel there's something in nature that has only been experienced once, lived once, and never continued or come back again, let me know in the comments. Tell me if there's something that has happened just once and then ended for good. Now, don't bring up dinosaurs and things like that as examples for me. Like saying dinosaurs only appeared once and all that. I mean the things that maybe you think, for example, that dinosaurs have gone extinct, but maybe their form has just changed. Maybe if those dinosaurs from back then still existed in their original form in today's modern era, if they were supposed to be out in nature like that, we definitely wouldn't be able to exist anymore. No, the example you're giving is something that used to exist. A type, something, a day, a month, a date, whatever. It was an era that's now gone. It's over. And if you challenge me and say, yeah, there really was such a time, it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. And I welcome your challenge. So tell me, for example, there was a period in human history that no longer exists now. Then I'll tell you, yes, it did exist. But does it exist right now, in these very moments we're living in, or not? Please tell me in the comments section down below, if you don't mind, and also mention whether you think that things which existed in the past but don't exist today. Can I show you their other forms? For example, in the comments, let me know about things that existed in a different form in the distant past, and ask me to show you their examples in the present. Tell us if something like that from the distant past still exists today. Show us its other form, its modern version, and if I haven't shown it to you, that's okay. You're right. What else? Everything that exists today is eventually going to come to an end. It won't be repeated anymore. Tell me about these things, and also, I'm going to talk more about this for you, which could bring about a transformation in you and in all of humanity. Stay with me.